Howdy, Space Rangers, Captain Phoenix here. Today I am back with another movie review. That's right, we're taking a break from ranking. Finally. No, Yellow Duck is not here for this video. That is purely me. Okay, so how do I start this review? This is going to be very awkward. I'm kind of like the unusual suspect now. Another YouTuber, he takes forever to review a movie, and this is me. Because this movie came out in 2017, and I'm reviewing it in 2020. Bub, you're like 3 years late, man. What? Give me a second.
Say what?
Yeah, it's been 3 years since the movie came out, and I still haven't done a review on it. Like, bro, are you okay? Are you tripping? Are you serious right now? Yes, unfortunately, yes. It's been 3 years. Yeah, as a movie reviewer, I'm not doing too well. I should probably kill myself. Oh, hey, there's a window. Just excuse me for one moment. Anyway, guys, I'm here to do a review of the Lego Ninjago movie. Now, I went out now. It may be a bit weird for you to hear me say this, but the Lego Ninjago Masters of Ninjutsu TV show on Cartoon Network is one of my all-time favorite shows. Now, favorite animated shows. Now, call me, immature. Call me childish. Say it's a kids show. You know what? I don't care. I don't care, man. I really don't. Okay, I like what I like, and if I like a little kids show about Lego pieces spinning, then I like a Lego kids show about Lego pieces spinning. So, yes, the Lego Ninjago Master Spinjitzu Master. Okay.
Around me are familiar faces, worn out.
Okay. Sorry, as I was trying to say. The Lego Ninjago Masters of Spinjitzu TV show that airs on Cartoon Network is one of my favorite all-time animated TV shows. There we go. So yeah, as I said, it's one of my favorite all-time animated TV shows, and I honestly didn't expect this would get a movie. I mean, we had the Lego movie, we had Lego Batman. Now, the thing about Lego movies is that they're like product promotions. They promote Lego, and a lot of movies are doing that these days. Emoji movie, Playmobil movie, they're all riding the coattails of the Lego movie. And we even got Lego Batman in 2017 in February. That's only, according to my counts, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. That's only 6 months before this movie came out. I'm not counting September itself. There's only 6 months before this movie came out, in case you're thinking my math is wrong. And so, yeah, so I'm not counting September, in case you think my math is wrong. So that's insane how we get two Lego movies in 1 year. But what's even surprising more is that Lego Ninjago, of all the Lego TV shows Cartoon Network had, Nexo Nights and such, Lego Ninjago is the one that got a TV show, not Lego Friends or Minecraft or whatever. Ninjago. First of all, it just goes to show what strong a fan base this show has and how good it is that it actually gets a movie. Well, I mean, you don't have to be good to get a movie, but it is a big deal when it comes from a TV show. So it honestly made me excited. I didn't know this was getting a movie until I saw the trailer back in 2017. In all honesty, I did not know the Lego Ninjago show was getting a movie, and it wasn't even a thing that crossed my mind. Why would this show get a movie? Until I saw the trailer in 2017.
Yeah, boy!
It was probably like that, or if you think of me as in my character, it was more like ah, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So yeah, I was excited when I heard we were getting a movie, and so I waited patiently, only surviving on my eyelashes and toenails. I only breathed when I was supposed to breathe. I waited so patiently for this movie to come out because I was so excited that we were finally gonna get like a Ninjago movie. And the movie came out. And I know you're probably expecting me to say it was really good or a huge disappointment, but in my opinion, it was just good. That's what the movie was. I'll get into my deeper review in a bit, but I feel like it's time for serious time right now. Usually serious time comes at the end of the video, but as of now, I have to put it at the beginning of the video because if I try and put it at the end of the video, I will for sure forget and I will not remember what I was trying to say. So serious time now. By the way, before we start this video, this video is supported by Fitness Solutions. That's right. They are what's it called? Financing, funding. I don't even sponsor. That's right. I don't even know words these days. I haven't been to school in a while. So yes, Fitness Solutions is sponsoring my video today. Fitness Solutions is a company that sells gym equipment, get your body ripped, and if you wanna look like me, that's the worst look to ever have. So I should probably hit the gym myself. So if you don't want to look like me, then go to Fitness Solutions. That's Fitness Solutions at co.ke. They only take it to this country alone, this country alone. However, to this coronavirus pandemic, I don't think they'll be doing that much. But don't tell them that. I need to get paid. And yeah, that's why I haven't been receiving a lot of Fitness Solutions lately. In the past few videos, mostly because they can't sponsor me if we have Corona everywhere and they can't sell, meaning they can't sell gym equipment, meaning they ran out of business. So don't tell them. But this one's like, I got me my last one. So anyway, enough talking about my sponsors. Let's go back to serious time. So, how did this movie come to be? Well, this movie is a weird scenario. First of all, this movie was announced even before the first Lego movie came out. The first Lego movie came out in 2014, and this movie was announced in 2013. So at the time, that would mean the show would be in around season 3. So they had already started planning for these things. Problems here is they don't arise from this time, but they arise later on. So what happened was the Lego Ninjago season 6 season had ended in 2016. Mind you, this movie was coming out in 2017. So, what happened was in 2016, the movie was supposed to be released. However, due to Warner Brothers and other animated movie stocks, they had to push this movie to 2017. So, in the place of the movie being released, they put a Ninjago special called Day of the Departed. However, Day of the Departed was actually meant to be the original season 7. So, for those who are not fans of the show, let me explain. Ninjago is a show where they spin around, fight villains, and each villain they defeat leads to a new villain, which leads to a new season. Basically, every TV show you've ever seen. So, in season 6, no, in season 5, actually, there's this character, Cole, this little character back here, the one behind the red guy, Black. He got turned into a ghost. So, what happened is, in season 6, he's a ghost, but in season 7, they were gonna make it his season. Each ninja gets their own season. So, for Cole, season 7 was going to be his season. However, and it was going to be called Way of the Departed, where Cole as a ghost tries to search for himself, and at the end of the season would either die or become a human, one of the two. I'm not so clear on what the ending was gonna be. However, that was gonna be the original season 7, and for the show that was gonna be the final season of the entire series. Before the show was finally over, the movie would come out to be like the last hurrah, and that would be it. The show would be gone for good. However, for some reason they changed their minds. So they apparently, since Ninjago was such a successful show, they knew they needed to get new viewers in. However, with the continuous seasons, no new viewers were coming in, and if anything, the viewership was going down. So what they decided to do was use the movie as a marketing campaign. So the movie would pay for everything Ninjago. It would pay for the movie Lego sets that came out, and if anything, it would pay for the future seasons. So what does this have to do with anything? Actually, it does have to do with a bit because it explains why Day of the Departed is so muddled. So, remember what I said? There was this special that was released on the original release date of the movie. That's called Day of the Departed. That's where Cole turns into a human. He doesn't really do any soul searching or anything, but he does turn into a human during that special. That was meant to be the original season 7. That got cut out. The original season 7 got made in 2017 before the release of the movie. The movie came out, and season 8 would come out in 2018. Why I say this is because season 7 they had to create an entirely new story and then leave it on a cliffhanger for season 8. So the movie acted as a marketing campaign for new viewers. So people who had never heard of Ninjago would go and watch the movie. If they liked it, it would mean they would get interested in the series. So they go watch the series. But instead of starting from season 1, they would watch in season 8. Season 8 sort of acted like a soft reboot where everything seemed new and reset, so that if you're a new viewer, you can watch this without any problems. So, what does this have to do with anything, you ask me? Almost absolutely nothing, except that if you watched Ninjago season 8, you got swindled by the movie. It roped you in to watching the show of season 8, and the movie actually did pay for season 8, which is why it looks better than the other seasons because of the high budget and such. So if you want to watch the movie, it's most likely you went to go watch Ninjago season 8 and you got tricked by the movie into go watching the show, which is what every show does. Regardless, what the show has to do with, what the movie and the show have to do with anything is absolutely completely different because the movie doesn't even take place in the same universe as the movie. It is non canon. So, yeah, I just thought that would be a bit of information for you to understand and understand why I think the movie has a messed up plot. Same reason why Day of the Departed, as you saw in my last video, has a bit of an iffy plot. Like it's not really that well paced and that well told. The story is not very good. What does this have to do with the movie? Is because I feel the movie is suffering from the same situation. Not that it's a bad story, but I feel like it's a poorly paced story and a poorly planned out story. With all the jumbling and back and forth I just gave you, you probably didn't understand a single word I said, which is exactly what happens. The movie is almost as if it's not, you're not understanding it, is basically what I'm saying. It's like I feel the movie is poorly paced and I feel like it's poorly done. And so 3 years later I've decided to jump into the Lego Ninjago movie and see why it failed both as a Ninjago movie for the show and why it failed as a Lego movie, but why it is still a really good movie. So in layman's term, a beautiful mess. Let's begin officially. When we're how long in? 11 minutes in. Congratulations, I beat the 10-minute mark. Hooray. Okay, let's do it. So the movie begins with this city called Ninjago being destroyed by Gamadon, and the ninja have to go and stop him, right? So the ninja are comprised of Lloyd, Jay, Nia, Kai, Zane, Cole, and their master Wu. So we have basically 6 ninja in total, 7 if you count Wu. Then we have Gamadon, who's the main villain. Surprise, surprise, Gamadon is Lloyd's father. For some reason he has 4 arms, never explained, but if you watch the show you understand. And yeah, so these guys fight Gamadon on a daily basis. They basically fight him every day, 24/7. He just invades Ninjago non-stop. And Lloyd is getting sick of his dad because, first of all, his dad was never in his life. And now his dad doesn't even know that he fights his son on a daily basis. So Lloyd obviously gets tired by this. And even on one day, Lloyd gets so frustrated. Like now he's obviously having daddy issues at school because everyone knows that Gamadon is Lloyd's father. So they start making fun of him. And I'm just like, poor guy, man. I'm just like, poor guy.
Popping.
Pops, dude. So Lloyd gets bullied at school because of his dad, and undercover he's a ninja who everyone adores. So basically, everyday superhero case. So from my brief explanation, you can already see that this first act isn't strong enough to stand on its own. I mean, it has interesting concepts, though to stand on its own, it's not strong enough. Not to mention that this is also kind of like the least funniest Lego movie, and that's the thing the Lego movies fuel on, comedy. The other 3 were all funny. This one does have jokes, but I don't know, to me they feel far and few in between. It's the problem with it. Anyways, Lloyd blows up one day because he doesn't have a dad, so he starts blowing up at Gamador, just blasting everything at him. He chases him away. They're like, "Yo, buddy, you lost your cool. What's up with you? You reveal your identity." And Gamadon comes one day with the and Lloyd goes to grab a mega weapon from his uncle, Master Wu, and uses that mega weapon to try and destroy Gamadon, which ends up this bringing in a cat, which is actually the funniest joke in the movie. The fact that they get a real life cat to just come and destroy these Lego pieces. Gamadon uses the ultimate weapon to take out Lloyd's friends, and he kind of tames the cat on his own, I'm guessing. And so that's where the first act ends. Honestly, it feels very uneventful. Even though the final part of that first act was very funny, you could tell like something's missing. Like it wasn't as energized as it should have been for like a movie. I mean, I like the part where the other ninjas, their vehicles were being destroyed. That was legit funny. Again, the cat, best part about this movie. But that's it. Like immediately the cat's gone. That's it. So their master Wu tells them, "Yo, we have to go and search for a mega weapon that can help destroy Gamadon." Obviously, they go on a long journey and such. Meanwhile, Lloyd's mother is still in the city. She goes up to Gamadon and she tells him off for being a jerk to Lloyd. And then he's like, "Oh, please, man, I didn't even know he was a ninja. What's up, man?" So Lloyd's mom, her name is Coco in this movie, and I feel like she could have done more. She doesn't really act until the last act, and I just like, wait, you had such a good character here for so much development. Work with her. Alas, they didn't. So, we continue on into the jungle where he sings, "Welcome to the jungle." And I have to say, it was fun. I liked the jungle part. They meet up with Gamadon. Wu gets washed down the river, and they think he died. And I'm like, you guys really think he's dead? Like, no. Like, guys, just stop with the fake out deaths. It doesn't work anymore.
It's time to stop!
And so, yeah, just move on to something else. So they think Wu is dead and decide to team up with Garmadon to get the mega weapon to help stop Meowth because Garmadon wants to help them for some reason. I can't remember what. I think the cat decided to string Garmadon stuff. I can't remember. So they walk through the jungle. Then this is another funny part in the movie. They end up at the camp where they meet all of Garmadon's ex-employees, the ones he shot out of the volcano. And we actually get to see like their death or their faces are burned, and so they want to throw Garmadon and Lloyd down a volcano. So he's like, see what happens to the people around you, you end up hurting them. Then Garmadon's like, oh please, I just fired a few of them, it's fine, man. And during all this time, the ninja ending up following them. And now, here's the thing that makes me so annoyed. So Lloyd says he wants to lead the ninja up to the mega weapon, and the ninja like, we don't believe you. I mean, super weapon, super mega weapon. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it the mega weapon because of the show. So Lloyd says he wants to lead the ninja to the mega weapon since Wu is gone. However, the ninja like, no, let's follow Gamadon. He has more experience. He's Wu's brother. He knows more stuff. And then poor Lloyd is just left there all by himself. However, what happens is when Lloyd and Gamadon get captured, the ninja follow them with no repercussions. Gamadon just let get off the hook so easily, and I just wish Lloyd did like an "I told you so" thing. It would have been so great. But yeah. So Lloyd and Gamadon learn how to catch and throw. Yeah, I forgot to mention Lloyd doesn't know how to catch. Why? Because his pops was never there for him.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
I'm so mean. So he never learned how to catch and throw, which makes me wonder how he did all these ninja cool things. But I'll let it go for now. And him and his dad do some bonding. They start throwing and chucking stuff together, building machines. They fly out of there and they get to the home of the mega weapon. So they find the mega weapon and then they're like, oh, this was my old home. Yep, I lived here once. Then they obviously look through the baby pictures where they see Wu kicking Gamadon's butt. Gamadon's obviously like an ugly baby, and he's just like, oh no.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out.
So yeah, regardless, they move on. They find a mega weapon. It turns out the mega weapon is actually the elemental powers. Each ninja gains the elemental power. Kai gets fire, Cole gets earth, Nia gets water, Zane gets ice, Jay gets lightning. It's pretty cool, except for Lloyd, who doesn't have an elemental power. So he's like, oh, well, now I have powers. So poor Lloyd doesn't have an elemental power of his own. Bad father, no elemental power. This guy just has it the worst. Effing chat for my boy. So, turns out now Gamadon steals the elemental powers from them because they're elemental Lego blocks. You forgot this was a Lego movie, didn't you? And puts them in the box. And he starts running away with them. The ninja try and fight him. And like Gamadon starts kicking all their butts, which is surprising. I thought all of you were ninja. I don't care if he has 5 hands. There are 6 of you. So Gamadon beats them all whilst carrying the box. Shows you how bad this character is. And he's about to escape through the door when the ninja take the box from him and throw it to Lloyd. But then remember, Lloyd never had a father, so he never knew how to catch things. I mean, his dad taught him how to throw things in an earlier stage, but he never taught him how to catch. So Lloyd misses the box, Gamadon kicks him, and takes the box for his own.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
And he escapes, leaving the temple to fall. So the guys get out of the temple, and they're stuck in the temple. So Lloyd is like, come on, guys, you can do this. I know you have it in you. You have the elemental powers in you. And they're like, really? And he's like, yeah, you guys, you're all benders. What? Not benders. Elemental masters. You can all use your powers. Come on, guys, use your powers. Dig deep. Use your powers. And because of that, they use their powers and actually get out of the temple using their powers. All of them use their powers well, except for Bloody Cat. I don't know what this series has on my poor boy here, but they've made him a screw up to the fullest. I think it's because of the movie that he's actually a screw up. Not season 8 faults. It's this movie that's made the red guy a screw up at everything. He used his powers the wrong way, and now we never get to see him again. I just. So, they get back to, oh yeah, they find Wu because he's like, oh yeah, I'm totally not dead. Did you really think I'd be dead? And then Wu tell, so yeah, like, die. Did anyone expect you to be dead? No, I don't think so. Then anyway, they get on the ship and then Wu comes up to Lloyd. Lloyd, I am your father. Damn, Messi doesn't do that. He's still Lloyd's uncle. So they go back to the city and fight Gamadon. Meanwhile, they find Gamadon fighting with the cat now, throwing the elemental pieces at it. The cat is like so unaffected, and then he decides to eat Gamadon. Yep, the villain of the movie is eaten by the cat. Obviously, the ninja break through Gamadon's forces by using their elemental powers. Mind you, they just got their elemental powers and used them a number of once. A number of one time in this movie. That is the only time they use the elemental powers. They break into the city, use the elemental powers to fight Gamadon's forces, and then that is it. They are done using their powers for the elemental. And for the rest of the movie, it is so annoying. Why couldn't they just like build on that, please? Anyway, so they use their power, and Lloyd has to go face with the cat because the cat just ate his dad. So he has to go confront with the cat now. Did they hear it? Good. So he goes to face off with his dad, and he talks to the cat. So he's talking to the cat, though, you know, he's really talking to his dad inside, but he tells the cat, oh, everyone views you as a monster, yada yada. So his dad is in the cat's stomach. The cat spits his dad out. By the way, does this not remind anyone of Toy Story 4, where the cat ate Mickle McDimples, whatever? So it means that Toy Story 4 ripped off a Lego movie. Pixar! How dare you! So yeah, they so Lloyd talks down the cat spits out Gamadon. Gamadon's like, oh, that was so nice, son. You were talking to the cat, right? Yeah, totally, dad. I was totally talking to the cat. But these two finally reconcile. They have a nice emotional moment, which was genuinely nice. I really liked the moment where Lloyd walked up to the cat and started talking to it, and pouring his heart out to the cat and to his dad inside the cat. Obviously, he was pouring out his heart to his dad, and it was a very nice emotional moment. It was very good. I really liked it a lot. So Lloyd and so now the guy is like, "You're talking to the cat, right?" He's like, "Yeah, totally." The two reconcile. The city is happy for some reason. I mean, the main villain is right there.
Nice.
Shut up. Okay, fine. Never mind. So the movie ends with them reconciling. Gamelin tries to get back with Coco. Doesn't work well. But not everyone gets a happy ending. The ninja all happy, and Lloyd figures out what his true power was. Actually, Wu comes up to him and tells him that your true power is the power of life. Thus, you're green. Your power is green, life, love, all that. So Lloyd has the emotional powers. He has the power of love and life. Thus, he's green, and why he's the green ninja. And the movie comes to an end.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
That's essentially what this movie was. And so that was the Lego Ninjago movie. Was I excited for it? Yes, I was. I was anticipating this movie like it was a second coming of my gosh. Um, was the build up nice? Yes. When I finally got around to watching it, was I excited? Yes. The first time I saw it, I was happy. But then, once I let my love and bias for the show die down, did I really like this movie? Did I really enjoy it? I took a minute to look with deep myself, and I thought, I actually like this movie. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. So I sat back, took a deep breath, and reflected on this movie. Let my bias wash over me, and look at this movie as a standalone film independently, since it's not even connected with the series. So I took some time and I made my final verdict. I still like this movie. I actually like it, and I think it's really good. To me, it's a 7 out of 10, a very strong 7 out of 10. So take that what you will. A 7 out of 10, that's pretty good for a movie, in my opinion. But let's talk about the flaws first. This is easily the weakest Lego movie out of the four. As far as I'm concerned, Warner Brothers isn't making any more Lego movies. I mean, there's still more on the way, but they'll be made by another studio. So that means the jokes and funniness will probably be left out because Warner Brothers are the master of comedy. But yeah, out of the four Lego movies you've gotten, and probably this is second, and probably they will be the last Lego movies. I don't know, but yeah, out of the four Lego movies you've gotten, this is easily the weakest one, and I can see why it got such a low why it got such low, I should say, feed. It didn't get, not like a reception, but like money. That's what I'm saying. It didn't work well at the box office. Not that it bombed at the box office. I'm just saying, compared to the other three Lego movies, it didn't do too well. I would say, on my list of how the Lego movies work, it'd be Ninjago at the bottom, Lego Movie 2, Lego Batman, and then the original one. So yeah, this is easily the weakest of the four Lego movies. And why is that, I say? Well, for one, I would say that the jokes aren't as strong as they should be. The strongest aspect in a Lego movie to me are the jokes. And when you can't nail the jokes, the Lego movie isn't half as good, which is why the other three work so well, because they know how to present the comedy. This movie, on the other hand, it puts story over jokes, and I feel that's one of the reasons it fails. Especially if you're a fan of the series like I am, you know where the story is gonna go. You basically know how it's gonna end, even though it's nothing like the series and it has no connection to the series. You can basically tell how the story will end. Even if you're just a regular moviegoer, you know how the story will end, so it doesn't try anything new. Had it put in a lot more jokes, I feel like it could have been something more, because the jokes could have covered up for the story, or the predictable story, and actually made it work. It would have, the jokes would have actually, made people think, oh yeah, this is revolutionary, or it would at least put a bit more substance in than what we got. Another thing that I don't feel this movie did as good was the animation. Don't get me wrong, the animation is good. It is easily the best looking of all the Lego movies. And that's the problem. The other Lego movies all look like they take place within a child's imagination. They don't look like they take place in a box, in some sort of setting. This one feels free wild. It feels too open. It feels like irregular animated movies, whereas the other ones, they feel a bit cramped. You can tell they're a bit cramped. You can tell even like the first Lego movie felt like it had stop motion. You feel like they actually tried to move the characters themselves. The humans, the real life workers move the characters. You feel like the first Lego movie was in stop motion. Whereas this one, the animation is too fluid. It feels like every other 3D CGI animated movie. And that's my problem with this movie. It doesn't feel like a Lego movie. So the jokes and animation do put you off a bit. There is no absurd story in this one. The original Lego movie was an absurd story of the chosen one. And those are the problems I would have with this movie, is that the animation doesn't feel like a Lego movie, and the the comedy it's not as risen up as it should have been. They put story of the comedy, which is not bad when you're making a movie, but for this type of formula you're going with, I feel like you should have stuck to the formula. Another reason this movie feels a bit shorter than the other movies is because of the story. The first Lego movie had an absurd story about the chosen one being a no one. The second one had, just brothers and sisters fighting each other. And even Lego Batman is considered to be one of the best Batman films ever. It's just so good like that. This movie, its main story is a son who needs a father figure, and a father who needs to love again, but these two barely know each other. I feel like we've seen this movie before in so many other places. Now, the problem I have with this is that they could have made this movie work. Obviously, Gamadon would have been the obvious go-to villain, but try something else. Try a new villain no one recognizes that much. Try someone like the Jin, Nadakan the Jin, or even try Chen. Someone goofy, but also who can bring a good time. Don't bring your most famous people. Try taking chances so that you have no choice but to be creative. I feel that would have worked. There was so much potential with this movie, and it was kind of a letdown. Not to say that this movie is a disappointment, but it is kind of a letdown. Which is why I'm going to talk about the good stuff in the movie. First of all, the animation. The animation looks really good. If we're not talking about Lego movie terms and in terms of just like movies in general, this is by far the best Lego movie, looking movie ever. You could tell there's a lot of budget put into this. You could tell Ninjago is such a big brand name. When you hear, you just like put all your money into it. And for that, yeah, shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money, as the ninjas would say.
You shut up when I'm talking to you! You shut your mouth!
And then give him your money. Another thing I like about this movie is the fact that it tries to be more down to earth. I know for like a movie that should be the opposite you do, but it just makes the characters more relatable. Now, That's one of the gripes I have with this movie is that Lloyd. This should have been. This is Lloyd's movie. Obviously, we know it's Lloyd's movie, but that's the problem. I feel like it's too much of his movie. His friends barely get any screen time, and when they do, it's like we focus so little on them, and that's one of the problems I have with this movie is that his friends aren't major characters. They aren't big players in the story. The other five ninja, they get screen time, though they're mostly like quiet people in the background. They honestly don't get a lot of chemistry with Lloyd. They don't speak a lot. They don't do much. They're very quiet people, and I guess that would be my biggest problem with this movie is dealing with the characters, because when it comes to them, they just it's as if they're like background characters. They're like really side characters instead of being one of the main characters. But here's the thing: what the movie does is instead of now letting the side characters just be side characters, it develops the characters it already has. The main characters the movie, is showing us strong themes about. It actually strengthens those characters. Lloyd comes out a better character. Wu is a better character. Coco is a better character. Gamadon is a better character. And honestly, I feel like this should have revolved around the Gamadon family because let's be honest, it should have been them. The other ninja could have stepped out and maybe come on later in the show, maybe a sequel or something. But it just feels to me like they're so sidetracked that they just wanted to focus on the Gamadon family, and that is where they excel, but they don't excel at the side characters. Another thing with this movie is that you can kind of tell that they wanted to make a sequel, or with the ninjas getting powers, with their friends, that they'll get more importance later on. And, it didn't do too well, thus it wouldn't get a sequel, but like it would have been a nice thought to think this movie get a sequel. Another thing I like about the story is that about this movie is that the story. So I mentioned the story is very predictable, but the way it executes itself is in such a unique way I don't think I've seen before. Like where they just like hoover about, they get together, they break up, but it's not because of a misunderstanding or anything. Like the guy still wants what he wants. And that's what I like about this movie. It wants what it wants. The problem is it doesn't have a strong identity to do so. And that I don't feel that's this movie's strongest suit. It doesn't have much of an identity to follow. So, and that's not this movie's fault. It's the fault of the big guys working back there, because they are fumbling with these old ideas, jumbling around. But I will say it's a good movie. If you are interested in Ninjago, go watch this movie. I feel like you could watch it, have a good time. It has a lot of emotional moments, just like a Lego movie, and you'll be sucked into it. I feel like this is also a good way to get introduced to the series. By watching this first, you can go watch season 8 and such later on. Overall, the Lego Ninjago movie is a bit of a disappointment, but that's also on my part for expecting a bit too much of it. I was expecting way too much from this movie when I really shouldn't have. But then again, the Lego movies hadn't failed in the past, and it was Ninjago. So in my head, I was like, there is no way they could possibly screw this up. They didn't. I don't want to call this a bad film. I can't call it a mediocre film. I can't call it an average film. My love for Ninjago will always be there, and it's because of that I will say that this is a good film. It's a disappointment, but it's a good film. In layman's term, a beautiful mess. And so, because of that, I feel like the Lego Ninjago movie is a good film in its own right. I think you could go watch it if you have free time, if you're a fan of Lego Ninjago. Go watch this movie, it's good. As I said, it's like the weakest of the four Lego movies, but you won't have a lot of problems with it. And just like this movie, have you noticed something? With the few and far between jokes in this movie, you've also seen few and far between jokes with me. Maybe we're universally collected. Oh. And so yeah, that's my review on the Lego Ninjago movie. I would say a strong 7 out of 10. A good movie, not a great movie, but also not an average, mediocre, or bad movie. It's just there. And for that, I guess I will like it, and I will stick with it. It's good for what it is, and I hope you can all watch it, and maybe you'll find something that I didn't. Overall, this movie should have been better, could have been better, and I believe it's still, this movie could have been better, and it should have been better, and I believe that there was so much more they could have worked with, especially that it came after 6 seasons of the show. No, 7 actually, so it really had a lot to work with. But that's just my opinion. I'm a fan of the show. You're not. Go watch the show, go watch the movie. Spend your time in quarantine doing something fun. And in my opinion, this should be something fun you do. Anyways, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I've been Captain Phoenix, and with that, I will see you in another universe.